Okay, we are testing and testing right now just to make sure the live stream is actually working. Um, just hey, I think I can hear myself. Good, good, awesome, awesome. Thank you for joining McBoss Capital live stream today. Today is Monday, April 21, 2025. Um, we are starting the day pretty brutal right now. You can see Nasdaq down 2.6%. Dow is down 2.0%, S&P is down 2.1%, and the volume is lower. So in that sense, a little bit better. But I think last Friday was options expiration day, so that's probably the reason why it's considerably down. Okay. Um, so looking at stocks on the move today, there's really not much happening. You can see we have Netflix, AM, Rango, AngloGo, and WPM. Netflix obviously has uh, the report earnings on Thursday. Let's just jump to it, and we'll look at the weekly chart here just to see what the earnings look like. You can see here there's a pretty good jump, 25%, and sales 13%. And then going forward, it's actually again very good numbers, 41, 24, 25, 16, and the revenue is growing at 13 to 15%. So very consistent. The stock is up 2.8% today, and this is a double bottom base, and we are breaking out from this traditional buy point. So far, it's been holding up, and we look at the 5-minute chart here. uh, we come down from the open, so we have a gap up because of the earnings, right? And then it came down, and we found support so far, and it's been bouncing like a V shape. So very looks very good right now, I think. So um, yeah, so this is the early trend line right there. This is an early entry point, and so it came through that early entry point, and then it holds right here. So for 2 days, it was able to hold. It went sideways, um, and the 10-day slope is not very steep yet because it just started to move up, right? So that's where the 10-day slope is, and I think like hopefully as time progress, it will go up much faster, obviously. But right now, yeah, we're just making progress right now, and yeah, Netflix doing well. So obviously, this is one gems in the market right now, but because the market in general is just so bad, let's go look at QQQ daily chart. We talk about this on the weekend video, and what happened recently is we have seen multiple resistance at this pink line, 21 day, right? Then on Wednesday last week, we actually have a gap down. So, and the gap down is very significant because not only we didn't surpass this 21 day, we actually gapped down below the 10 day, right? And now the 10-day slope looks like that. So, and obviously it didn't recover as well that day, so it never even came close to close near that 10-day moving average. And then on Thursday we went sideways, which is again not a good sign because it's basically you have this drop and then it went sideways, right? So that's like a L formation. It's just same, it's exactly the opposite of what we're looking for. When the stock goes up, it goes up and then it goes sideways and then goes up, goes sideways. That's what we're looking for. This is the opposite, right? It goes down and then goes sideways, goes down, right? So that's what we're seeing here. So today, this morning, we hit new intraday low. We broke Wednesday's low. Um, so right now we are in danger zone, I think, because we could get some bad news and the market could really drop fast, just like right here, right? Because there's no more recent support, right? Now we are the most recent support is at this low, which was like maybe about 9 or 10 sessions ago, right? This low right here. So yeah, this is not a good sign. Obviously, news are gonna play a big role, especially macro news, right, related to tariff. The market could swing back up easily if there was some good news. But at the same time, if we see more bad news, the market could, like I said, slowly drift lower. Even if it doesn't come down hard, it could slowly drift lower just because there's no good news and because the sentiment is getting worse again, and we may be coming close to test that low again. And hopefully, if that happens, hopefully that is the last time we see it. So see the test. So usually we have a three leg down, right? And so we're forming the third leg. Now the third leg generally is always usually lower than the previous leg, but it doesn't have to be, right? Um, as long as we come, some sort of test, right now we basically, again, what I'm seeing here is that it's naturally going back down, which is trying to head towards that direction. Let's just say, I don't know for sure, but let's just say at some point it bounced, even before coming close to this line down here, and it just bounced right there. Well, again, the downtrend is not over. We have this downtrend right here, and we need to see it surpass this downtrend line. And so far we haven't, right? So again, so that's what's happening right now. Until that is clear, you are swimming against upstream, and so the chance of making money is just much harder because most stocks are, even like Netflix, for example, they could go up today and then tomorrow it goes back down. It's just a very hard environment. There's no momentum because the general market is basically pulling all the stocks, most stocks down. Like I would say most of them. Now there is some area, like one area that has been doing well for the last month, which is gold, right? So we go to gold and we see it hitting new high. Now the problem with gold was like it was very hard to trade this during this time right here when everything was so bad, and then gold stocks also took the tumble, and then but the bounce was significant, right? It's only been like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sessions, but it has moved quite a bit in 9 sessions. Um, so that was the problem for some traders, including myself, is that I didn't take that risk right here, and as it bounced, um, it moved so fast, anyhow, and also because the market was already bad, I just didn't want to put in more money to work in the market. But obviously, gold has been showing what probably the best chart right now, and we definitely going for something like a climax run right now. You can see how fast it's moving up, and usually climax run, when they're moving up really fast in 2, 3, 4 weeks, that's usually getting close to the end than the beginning, right? And so that's the only problem with also looking at gold right now, and it's just really extended from the 10 day, so the last opportunity to buy was like around this area. Unfortunately, yeah, like I say, I don't have positions gold right now. A big miss. And But yeah, you can see in the stocks in the move like almost every day, the gold stocks were on it. Now sometimes, again, it's not easy to trade gold because they do move back and forth quite a bit. So let's just go look at some of this. Like I know AU, AEM. Yeah, see AU. Like this is not a good sign. Why? Because last Thursday it pulled back really strong, and today, even though it bounced, which we expect it to, but it didn't make new high. So there's a divergence here, right? So it could be like we are near the top for gold. If a gold stock like this, which is pretty uh, it's not the biggest, but it's pretty big, 18 billion. Let's go to AEM. This one's bigger, 61 million. So this one did make new intraday high this morning, but not by much. But again, it did though. So let's continue. Argo, WPM, Argo here. Yeah, looks like may have, yeah, just slightly, right? And WPM, yeah, also make new high, yeah. So that's another thing, right? Like, it bounced up, but then it kind of now trading near the low of the session. But generally, that's been the pattern for gold stock. It's like opens up strong and then weakens and then kind of come back up slightly and close the day in the positive, right? So yeah, so the gold has been moving. There's not much on stocks on the move. I think this morning when we look at it, uh, there's more gold stocks, right? Like gold. So the two stock. So let's look at some of this. So uh we have Palantir and Spot if I show up this morning. So let's take a quick look. Okay, so this morning Palantir was opening up strong, which is not, which is a good sign. Like, because the market was weak, but then it opened up strong. It gave up all its gains, and at least we not just like go straight down. So let's see here. Yeah. So this one is same thing. Like a double bottom base. We clear this middle ground right there slightly. Then it pulls back to 50-day again, and then we found support the next day, and then now again it's coming back to the 50-day. So we'll see how it closed today, but it's just the market. It's just like I said, it's just pushing everything down with some pressure. Even some of the best stock like Palantir right now. So like I mean, if you want to really watch it, you can just put a trend line. The most recent trend line you see it's pretty flat now. So I think probably this trend line here was the first broke good one, and then now there's a second trend line because we have hit a high and then pull back, right? So um, yeah, we can draw a trend line here and just wait for it. Just wait for it. There's no rush here. So that's Palantir. Then we have Spotify. Well, Spotify is trying really hard to come out. Um, and it's every time it bounces, it just pull back. And today it crosses the trend line in the morning. You can see this is the trend line right here. And then it pulls back just like Palantir did. So that's again we have a gap up, pull back, which is again it's not a bad thing because it was showing strength when the market was down this morning. Obviously, the market went further down, and so um, you know, and now it's holding sideways pattern. So we'll see if it recovers, right? So we go to QQQ. It's the opposite, right? We went down and then we went down further. Okay, so so go back to spot again with the daily chart. So yeah, like I think you know I can reactivate it, and then if we come back up a little bit, maybe it will close even in the middle of the day. It's not bad. That's showing relative strength. You see relative strength right here, blue dot on IBD market search. It's like telling us that this is relatively performing better than S&P. So yeah, so that's again, it's It's pulling back today, but I think like overall it's looking very healthy, both those stocks, right? And honestly, all these other gold stocks are hitting um new high. Euro and gold. Okay. And there's a couple of stocks here, BMI and LRN. Okay. So BMI reported, I believe it was last week. So it's been bouncing now 2 weeks in a row, and earnings slightly lower on the fourth quarter, so probably won't be on my list just because it's under 10%. But it's been bouncing pretty strong. We have a kind of trend line breakout right here on strong volume, and today is giving back very little. So when the stock goes up like vertical and then it gives up a little, that's usually a good sign. And obviously, um, this gives you the opportunity to get in if you miss last day. Um, of course, it can also drift back down, right? Now, my rule of thumb is if it's in the base, I'm not too worried. Like it could go back down, don't get me wrong. Especially this is the 50-day right here. I can see there's some resistance right now. So if you want to wait, you can. It's probably better because especially this market is so bad right now. Is you just wait like wait till it cross to a new high again, right? So if it cross to a new high again, like right here, then that will be a good level. It's okay to buy it higher, I think, especially when you're in a base still. This is the base. It's a very deep base. So that anyhow, but it's not on my list just because it's like, not the strongest number here. And then LRN, consumer service education, also not very strong number. Um, so it's pulling back slightly right now. It was up this morning, but it's pulling back again. So anyhow, so then we have BSAC, Chilean Financial Banking Service. So this one is moving up really strong, a V-shaped bounce here. Looking at the earnings, also very weak in the third and fourth quarter, so won't be on my list. But yeah, so let's take a last look at the index. Again, we're not seeing much any bounce whatsoever. This is getting into danger zone because what happens is that like today is a very bad day again because normally we have a gap down, but we broke Wednesday's low, and so now everyone is just like looking at the chart and like, oh wow, this is gonna head down here, and so buyers are not gonna try to buy right now, even traders, right? Because they're seeing this negative momentum going down. So yeah, so that's that one. Let's go look at SPY. Very similar, right? So we could easily come near this lows here. And then we have Dow, same thing. And then finally we have IWM Russell. The Russell surprisingly is not as looking as bad, but but again, it can fall apart easily. Um, so looking at the IBD 50 growth stocks, this is what's been surprising so far. This last, 4 or 5 sessions, including today. Look at this. It's not giving up much. It is down 1.3, but even then, it's still performing better than the market right now. What is surprising, I know. So, so when you say the IBD 50, if you have subscription to the newspaper, you can look at all the stocks and see um, like that they're doing better than the market. Very very fascinating. So this is giving me some hope here that maybe growth stocks are ready to you know take off soon, right? Again, we need a catalyst in the market right now, right? So anyhow, yeah, upside reversal would be one of the best days. Um, you know, uh, and if we get some news of some sort, a catalyst that maybe some deal with tariff is happen, maybe that will spark optimism for other negotiations. Anyhow, thank you for watching today's live stream. Have a good day, and see you again tomorrow. Bye now. Please like and subscribe.